Since we were kids, my two brothers and I have been practically inseparable. John is the oldest, Steve is the youngest, and I'm Lucy, the only girl in the bunch. Now that we're all in our 30s, I can confidently say our sibling bond runs deeper than most. That closeness grew from our childhood, shaped by parents who were always working, constantly on the go, leaving the three of us to look out for each other. None of us were saints. We got into our fair share of trouble, and our mom became a regular at the school, often called in to scold one of us. John, especially, had a bit of a reputation. He was the wild one, well known around town for pushing boundaries. School never really captured his attention. He was more interested in mischief and adventure than books and homework. Steve and I, perhaps having learned from watching John's behavior, followed a different route. We managed to stay out of serious trouble. Somehow, even without much tutoring or extra effort, we consistently placed among the top students in our classes. Maybe we just figured out how to play the academic game well. Steve and Lucy always do so well in school, people would say. I'm curious to see what they'll make of themselves. Maybe they'll take care of me one day. Getting good grades doesn't mean we'll be successful, I'd argue. I'm going to be the most successful out of everyone. You'll see. Those are usually the first to get married and settle down, Steve would tease. My bets are on me. Even if I do succeed, I laughed, I'm not going to be anyone's caretaker. These little arguments were a regular feature of our conversations. John was the easygoing one, with a good heart and solid instincts. Steve was practical, always thinking things through. And then there was me, driven, determined, and constantly focused on the future. Together, we were a tight trio. John started out at a local public high school, but he dropped out after just 6 months. Since then, he drifted from job to job, sometimes helping out at a friend's garage, other times bartending, just taking life as it came. Watching him like that only fueled my ambition. I felt like I needed to do better, not just for myself, but because I blamed myself for the turn his life had taken. It all traced back to a serious car accident I'd been in years ago. I was badly hurt, and John had been the one to rush me to the hospital. He was so concerned about me that he left school to help. He never went back. That guilt stayed with me. If I could become successful, maybe I could help guide John toward something more stable. So, as high school began for me, I also picked up a part-time job. I believed money was essential to achieving anything, and I worked hard to save every penny. I wanted to be ready when the opportunity to help John finally came. Have you seen John around lately? I asked Steve one evening. No, he said. He's been scarce lately. I wonder what he's up to. Hopefully nothing reckless. He has a family counting on him. Months passed with no word from John. Steve and I kept tabs the best we could, trading whatever rumors or sightings we heard. Then one day, out of the blue, John came home as if nothing had happened. Where have you been? I demanded. You could have at least called. We've been so worried. Sorry, he said. I've been tied up with work. If it was just that, you could have told us. We were seriously stressed, Steve added. I know. I'm really sorry. John explained that he'd landed a decent job out of town, something that required overnight shifts. He handed over nearly all the money he'd earned and asked me to hold on to it. He wanted me to combine it with what I'd saved from my own part-time work. I didn't fully understand why, but he insisted, so I agreed. Not long after, though, John slipped back into his old habits. No job, just hanging around the house. He picked up part-time work here and there, enough to keep our parents off his back, but nothing permanent. After graduating high school, I pursued a degree in business administration. My strong grades earned me a full scholarship, taking the financial pressure off our parents and making John proud. Around that time, he began to shift a little. How much longer are you planning to drift like this? I asked him one day. If you want to settle down or get serious with someone, you need a steady job. There's actually a company that might take me on, he said. A guy I work with mentioned it. What kind of company? Construction. I've been doing some part-time stuff at the site for a few months. I'm not sure I'm cut out for it though. Early mornings and all. You should go for it, I told him. If they're offering, give it a try. He listened. The next week, he accepted the full-time position. Surprisingly, it suited him well. Against expectations, he was punctual, hard-working, and didn't complain. Seeing him thrive made me think harder about my own future. I decided to pursue a career in architecture, an area John had come to know through his construction work. I thought if I built a strong foundation in this field, I could eventually create a space where he could thrive too. While in vocational school, I continued working and saved up enough to buy myself a high-end car. Living at home helped keep costs down, and my mom supported me in quiet, meaningful ways, making me lunch every day, encouraging my saving habits, and always believing in me. Her support meant everything. After graduating, I joined a well-connected architecture firm, earned certifications, and spent time building up my professional network. I focused on getting ready to launch my own business. Meanwhile, John stuck with his job, which allowed me the freedom to take my next big step. Eventually, I opened my own company. At first, I didn't ask John to join. I couldn't afford for both of us to take a risk at the same time. So I waited. I poured all my energy into getting the business off the ground, and it paid off. My team came together smoothly, and we started off strong. During that time, John moved out and started living on his own. Our meetups became less frequent. I was busy with the company, and he had his own life going. But a year later, I was finally in a place where I could offer him something meaningful. John, I said, the company is stable now. I'm ready to take the next step, and I want you with me. There's nothing I can really do, he replied. You need someone better. No, I've thought this through, I told him. I want you to take over as president of this company. I'll start a new venture while you manage this one. You can't be serious. I'm not cut out for that. I believe you are. I'm asking you seriously. And remember the money you gave me back then? I used some of it to start this company. You helped build it. With some convincing, he agreed. I paired him with our company's secretary, who had a great rapport with him, so he could learn everything he needed. I stepped into the role of chairman and shifted my focus to supporting John while planning our future expansion. As a child, I always dreamed of opening a beautiful cafe, one so inviting and aesthetically pleasing, it would become a hotspot on social media. Determined to bring that vision to life without compromising on any detail, I threw myself into learning the ins and outs of the restaurant world. During this same time, Steve, my younger brother, decided to pursue architecture, a suggestion I had once casually mentioned. It was the perfect setup. Steve would design the structures, John would manage the construction, and I'd be the one ensuring we had the clients to keep the projects flowing. Together, we could build something remarkable. In his second year leading the company, John stunned us with unexpected news. He was getting married. To who? I asked, trying to hide my concern. You know John hasn't always made the best choices. Don't worry, he replied with a grin. You'll meet her soon. We promised to support him, though I couldn't help but feel a strange unease. The three of us had always operated as a tight unit, and the idea of someone new entering that circle made me uncomfortable. Still, I knew I had to be happy for him. When our families came together for a gathering, I finally met John's fiancée, Bella. She was polite and well-mannered on the surface, and while I didn't say anything negative, something about her rubbed me the wrong way. I'm Lucy, John's sister, I said with a courteous smile. Please look after him. She smiled back. It's lovely to finally meet his sister. If you ever need anything, don't hesitate to come to me. After all, as the soon-to-be wife of the president and eldest son, I guess everything will go through me from now on. That last part made my smile stiffen. Bella was the same age as John and worked in administration at one of our client companies. She was confident and assertive, clearly ambitious, but her energy didn't align with mine. Still, I hoped her personality would balance John's easygoing nature. Steve felt the same. She's a bit intense, he whispered later, but if John's happy, we should give her a chance. I agree, I replied. If she's what he wants, we support it. Thanks, Lucy, John said, overhearing us. I never thought I'd get married, let alone meet someone like her. Soon, I was consumed by work again. New projects, travel, planning, hiring. John, meanwhile, was swept up in wedding planning, with Bella pushing for a quick ceremony. Time flew, and before we knew it, the big day arrived. It had been weeks since I'd seen either of them. John, it's been ages, I said warmly as we met at the venue. I've been swamped, but I wouldn't miss today. Glad you're here, he smiled. Try to relax and enjoy yourself. Despite the festive atmosphere, A quiet sadness tugged at me. We'd always shared everything, the three of us, and now everything was changing. Still, we managed to sneak in a few laughs before the ceremony started, and seeing John so genuinely happy gave me comfort. As the ceremony began, I caught up with Steve and our parents over a delicious meal. Our employees sat nearby, chatting and enjoying themselves, when the bride and groom began making their way around the tables to greet guests. "John, Bella, congratulations," I said as they approached. "Thank you so much," John replied. "Yes, thank you for being here," Bella added, then turned to the crowd. "From today onward, my husband's team is also my team. I expect everyone to continue giving their best." I froze. Did she just claim ownership over our employees during the wedding? I couldn't stay silent. "Bella, just to clarify, the team works for my brother's company. They're not your subordinates." She flashed a smile, but her tone was sharp. "Of course, I know that, dear sister-in-law. But we're family now, aren't we?" Her voice carried a trace of sarcasm that cut through the air like ice. A strange silence followed, then, surprisingly, some of the employees chuckled awkwardly. "Are you making fun of me?" she snapped. "I'm marrying your CEO, you know." "Bella," someone whispered cautiously, "do you even know who the chairperson is?" "Chairperson?" she repeated, confused. "No, I haven't met anyone like that." It was clear she had no idea. John hadn't told her I was the founder, the one who had appointed him as president. Her ignorance was embarrassing, especially to her. "I'm really surprised you'd say something like that today," I said quietly. "It's disappointing." "What?" "I'm just stating the obvious. I'm marrying the man in charge, so naturally." John cut her off. "Bella, everything I have is because of Lucy. She built the company from the ground up and trusted me to run it. She's the chairwoman." Bella's expression twisted. "What? Why wasn't I told?" The realization hit her like a storm, and the frustration was written all over her face. She tried to maintain composure, but the damage was done. "I think we should reconsider this marriage," I said calmly. "It's clear how you truly feel." "That's going too far," Bella said, alarmed. "I misjudged this entire situation," John said with regret. Then he turned to the guests and bowed deeply. "I apologize, everyone." The wedding ended abruptly. Guests filtered out, stunned. Later, we found out Bella had grown up in financial hardship and longed to marry into wealth. When she met John, she thought she'd found the opportunity she'd always dreamed of. After the disaster, she begged him to reconsider, but he stood firm. "She was always sweet to me," he confided. "But how she treated everyone else, it threw me off. I can't trust someone like that. I need to focus on work now." And he did. John threw himself into the company and thrived. Steve passed his architecture exams and officially joined us. My dream of launching multiple locations was finally coming true. But despite all our professional achievements, the three of us remained unmarried, and that brought a quiet kind of loneliness. One rare evening, we all gathered again. "Lucy," Steve asked, "is there anyone special in your life?" "I'm focused on work," I said honestly. "Marriage and kids aren't on the radar for me." "Same here," John added. "I'm happy as long as we're together." "I've been thinking," Steve said, "what if we built a house? John could move in too. We'd all live together again." The idea caught me by surprise. After so many years of being absorbed in our individual lives, the thought of living under one roof again, like when we were kids, felt comforting. With our parents aging, it even made sense. The company was stable but still growing. Building a home base could ground us for the next chapter of our lives. "I love that idea," I said. "Let's do it." "Then it's settled," Steve smiled. "I'll take care of the design. Lucy, you find us the perfect plot of land. John, you build us a home we'll be proud of." In that moment, everything clicked into place. This was the dream I'd held in my heart for so long, to create something meaningful with my brothers. From childhood until now, we'd always leaned on each other, and even without spouses or families of our own, we still had each other. And with them by my side, I felt unshakable, ready to keep chasing joy, purpose, and a future built on our shared history.